What is up? Welcome to the channel. Today I am milling up some maple logs. It is a beautiful day here in Arkansas. Brisk, chilly, but it is a perfect day to run the sawmill. And I want to show you what I'm going to be milling up today. I'm going to be time-lapsing a lot of it. I picked it up I picked it up in 2019 and I got to get to milling it. Hopefully this log will have maybe some spalting and definitely some curl, hopefully. So thanks for following along. I'll show you some tips and vlog this thing along the way and definitely hit you with some time lapse, and you'll definitely get to see the grain today. I am running my Steel S661C and my Granberg 48-inch MK4 MKIV, I don't know how you say it, G778 48-inch mill, whatever it is. I'm going to be running that today, and I got my 42-inch organ bar on the mill, so hands are sharp, and it's we're ready to go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to set up the ladder. I'm going to show you the log first, talk you through some of that stuff, and we got to get the ladder set up and get ready to roll. All right, got all my stuff set up out here. Also got the big slab cart. If you haven't seen the slab cart video, you should definitely check that out. It is so handy to have. There's the mill, and here is the log. This is a maple log. It is a little over 8 feet long. It's about 14 inches across, 14 to 15 inches across in diameter here. It's about 18 inches across in diameter over there, and it's just kind of a funky log, so I had to take a few minutes to kind of orient it, but it's gonna have some cool, it's got like a bulge right here. I'm looking forward to see what comes out of that. Walk around, let you see the end of it. Then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. There's a big hole in there, and there's a lot of water that dumped out, so that might be interesting, but you can check this out. You can see in this maple, you can see that there's a lot of ripples in it. I don't know if you can or not, but which is a sign of some curl. So I'm really excited to see what we're gonna get in this log today. Okay, so I'm about to set up the ladder, and a couple things when you're setting up a ladder on a log, you wanna make sure that of course, you don't put any twists within that ladder and kind of make it level, but also you want to shim up any spots where there might be sag. This isn't a perfectly straight log, and so when there's kind of a higher end and a lower end, you want to make sure that you shim up any of those areas so that when you're running over your mill, there won't be any sag on it. So I'm about to do that. All right, the ladder is set up. Because it's an awkward kind of log, what I did was I put in, I made marks, but I put in like a little shim right here. I just bring scrap wood with me, screwed it down so that it won't move and it won't have any ability to sag on me. Again, I put some in here, I screwed them on so that because there's a little gap, because of that hump right here in the middle, I put some more right here so that there's not sag in the beginning, so that when you press the ladder down and the weight's on the beginning of it, it's not gonna sag either. So now I gotta measure to see what depth I need to set my mill for the very first cut, and then we'll go. I really try to take a lot of time to set it up right. Your first cut is probably your most important cut, so you wanna get that right. You wanna side it to make sure it's level, but also that there's no twist in your ladder and that your ladder is on there solid. So now that the ladder is set up and solid, let's make the first cut, and then we get to rock and roll. The winch attachment is set. By the way, I would not do this without a winch attachment. The Granberg winch attachment is definitely worth every bit of it. Also, those little side rollers, I'll show you a picture of that later. Attachment was definitely worth getting too if you're thinking about getting those. I keep my extra one because sometimes on smaller logs I might want to use it, or the closer I get to the ground, but worth every bit of it. But let's get this chase all running, and let's mill some boards. Saw ran great, hadn't been ran in a while, so it blazed through this maple. This maple's really dry and old, so the first cut went quick, and I take my time. So let's take this ladder off and see what's underneath. This is one of my favorite parts of sawmilling. Every time you're the first person to get to see what's inside this log. yeah. That's pretty freaking cool. That's pretty sweet. Check this out. All right, check the first cut out. Really, really cool. You got some spalting down here that's really pretty. And then some really cool maple crotch figure that's right there. And everything else, I need to get out the tape measure and tell you how wide it is, but man, really, really pretty stuff. Had a little place right in here where the saw dug in just a little bit. It's not gonna affect anything, but it's because it got caught up on this little knot over here. So you gotta be really aware of those knots and everything when you are running your sawmill, because it can get your saw cutting a twist in it. But I already sided the board, there's no twist in it. So man, now we are ready to rock and roll. Get the mill set to the size that I'm gonna cut it. I always cut stuff heavy. Whatever you want your final dimension to be, cut everything a little heavy, because there's gonna be some shrinking in the drying and maybe some movement. And so that way, if I cut it heavy, I can get it down to the final thickness that I really want it to be able to work with. And so this one, I'm gonna cut these at 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches. I'm not sure, maybe 1 3/8 inches, because I would want these as 1-inch boards. Man, it's a beautiful day to sawmill. Get out there, work hard, it's worth it. And man, let's make some more sawdust and get some really cool boards. Oh man, cut number 2 went great. I cut it 1.5 inches, because these will make some great 1.25 inch like tabletops. Or if they need to be turned into something else, they can be taken smaller. But y'all, like, you've got to check out the grain of this. This stuff is awesome. Like, this is some really, really cool maple. By the way, that's a slab dolly. If you haven't, slab dolly 2000. If you haven't seen the video of it, you should check it out. Oh man, really cool. Some voids right here. Really cool figure. Got some spalting in it. Check that out. That little section right there is awesome. Also, check out some of this. You can see this side too. These will be incredible book matched. Cool spalting, really cool crotch figure, all that stuff. Look at that right there. Same side. That one's really cool. It's awesome to be out here today. And man, I don't know about you, if you've done milling or if you're doing milling or you're thinking about milling, it's freaking hard work, but it's so dang rewarding. And man, it's just better than sitting in the office. It's better than sitting on your butt playing video games, any of that stuff. It's just good hard work. But man, I'm gonna be able to do something with this one day, or somebody is. So man, if you're thinking about doing it, it's worth it. Do it. Start however you gotta start. Start with a small chainsaw. Do whatever you gotta do. Build up over time. I just didn't get this one day. This took a lot of time. I was taking a lot of logs to another mill, getting them milled, selling those slabs that's what paid for this thing. It wasn't like I just went out and bought it. I couldn't do that. I didn't make that kind of money. But slow steps over a long period of time, you can get this, you can do this. And I'm gonna have a bigger saw one day, but I'm gonna use this thing to get me to the next level with a bigger saw. So keep at it, and let's finish this log. And let me tell you, that slab dolly, first day using it, was worth every bit of the work. Man, it is just made getting these things just up on something, and I'm moving the whole log with the sucker. It is gonna be nice because I gotta take it all the way over there to my stacking area, and I'm just gonna have to roll it over there instead of carrying one or two at a time. So if you haven't made one of these, make one of those because they're worth every penny. It really wasn't even expensive. Scrap wood and some casters. All right, that is a wrap for the maple, first of the maple log. Man, that is a beautiful log, and that's part one. That was a 30-foot trunk that I've got. So I cut it into 3 different sections in length, or I think I got 4 sections. Into 3 sections, and so I'm about to mill up the next one pretty soon. So I'll be looking for part 2 of this Arkansas spalted maple. But now I've got to stack these suckers, so I gotta get to work. But anyways, hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out some of my other videos. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down in the comment section. Until next time, get out there and keep sawmilling. Another day. Beautiful day out here in Central Arkansas.